Because this week at KFC, you can buy a Sylvester mug like me for $2.95 with every $5 purchase.
Everyone will think they told a pretty tad.
I like it like that.
Whether you know what it's called or not, you probably already understand the concept behind Chekhov's gun. But since I couldn't find any other videos succinctly explaining it, I thought I'd try gain that desperate explain like I'm 5 revenue. Maybe this can help you with your media studies homework. So basically, Chekhov's gun is a narrative device which says don't put something in your story if you aren't going to pay it off later. Don't make a big deal out of a gun being on the wall if that gun isn't fired by the end of the movie, story, whatever. It was coined by a playwright, so a play is probably more accurate. Here's his full quote here. Rifle on the wall, it's not going to go off, shouldn't be hanging there, da da da. Anyway, here's an example of one of my favourite Chekhov's guns. In this scene towards the beginning of the film, the gun is loaded.
What does this action signify? As you entered, when you looked at the other human, what does it mean?
It's a sign of trust. It's a human thing. You wouldn't understand.
And in this scene towards the ending of the film, the gun is fired.
Let her go.
By the time you fire, I will have moved Dr. Calvin's head into the path of your bullet.
Don't do this, honey.
I will escort you both to the sentries outside the building for processing. Please proceed to the elevator, Detective. I would prefer not to kill Dr. Calvin.
Set up and payoff. Though Chekhov's gun isn't necessarily supposed to be intentional signposting. It just means don't fill your script with stuff you aren't going to come back to later. Every second in a story should be used. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your audience's time. It's much easier to explain when a film does it wrong. Here's an example of Chekhov's gun not being fired. Here we see this character has a girlfriend. Here we see he still flirts with other girls. And then nothing happens for the rest of the story. I'm okay with this character being kind of a shitty person who is unfaithful or whatever, but he neither faces the consequences for his actions nor does he learn a lesson. If the scenes establishing him as potentially unfaithful to his girlfriend were taken out, I'd have no problem with his character. But this gun was loaded, baby, and it wasn't fired. And also in the same movie we learn that their parents are getting a divorce and it's causing grief.
Not getting divorced. Look, you haven't been around long enough. They've always been that way.
I get mail from 2 different lawyers.
That doesn't mean anything.
I googled the divorce lawyers.
And then nothing happens. We never hear about this storyline again. Not that I really want to, but still. These scenes ultimately contributed nothing to the movie. You can also see it in a show like Lost. A lot of people had issues with the ending of Lost because it didn't explain things. And that's basically because Lost loaded a bunch of Chekhov's guns and then forgot about them. Don't put pointless crap in your story, because unlike the real world, everything in your script should have a purpose.
Put a smile on your face. Taco, taco, Taco Bell. Everybody loves the taste. Taco, taco, Taco Bell. 'Cause we're the fast food place, Taco Bell.
Is gasoline rationing imminent? A report at 11.